Today Show Halton. I'm Jay Stoyan. You're in for a special presentation. We're down here downtown Burlington. We're here at the Pepperwood Bistro. I'm here with the owner, Stephen Bell. Steve, thanks for being on the show today.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for dropping in.
This is great. Now we're here for a special presentation for a fundraiser. Pepperwood and Stephen was kind enough to donate merchandise for our fundraiser on February 11th, showcasing veterans at Legion 60 up on Brand Street here in Burlington. I love the restaurant. I come here all the time. I'm a regular. There's great service. The bartenders, the waiters, the owners, Brad, the general manager, wonderful people. Check it out. We're at the bottom of Brand Street in Lakeshore, Pepperwood Bistro. So, Stephen, let's talk a little bit about your connection with the veterans, because we know obviously it's super important that we support the men and women in uniform.
Oh, it's super, super important. These guys are putting their lives on the line, defending our country, coming back in great shape or poor shape, whatever happens to them over there. But I mean, we got to do more to help them out. We can't just turn our backs on them when they get back here, and we have to support them 100%. And we don't do enough. We have to keep doing more and more all the time to try and help these guys out.
I totally agree. Now, I know we were talking off the air about your personal relationship with the veterans and a couple of people in Ottawa and the military, but before we get to that, I just want to talk a little bit about the restaurant. Let's talk a little bit about the restaurant, how long you've been in downtown Burlington and your connection to the food industry. If you can just, and I'll jump in, just elaborate about your career in the restaurant industry.
We've been here 23 years at Pepperwood come this May. The last couple have been a little turbulent, but prior to that it's been great. It's been super downtown. We've had great community support. We do our best to put out a great product. And we've got some of the best staff, I think, in Burlington. We've been really blessed with some great chefs over the time. Our current chef, Heather, is doing a terrific job. She's just been nominated as Burlington's best chef.
Wow.
So hopefully everyone will get out there and support her in the Burlington Post. But we're really looking forward to another busy summer down here on the lake.
Well, it's such a mainstay downtown Burlington. Like, it's all about location. I think you may have the best location in Burlington.
Well, we got a great location. I mean, there's a lot of great operators downtown, though. I mean, we have a friendly competition downtown. We've all most of the guys have worked together at some point in their life or another, and downtown, I mean, is just downtown Burlington is such a gem, and we're just happy to be here and share it with the rest of the guys.
I'm a little shocked on how nice downtown Burlington is, because I'm not from Burlington. I've lived here for the last 3 or 4 years. Being here right on the lake shore, right across from the lake, there's so many opportunities, so many great restaurants and bars and shops. Can you tell us a little bit how you feel about being down here across from Spencer's and all that?
Well, at Spencer, the park's been great. I mean, we've got the festivals in the park, we've got the Sound of Music coming up, and it's always a great time down here. It's amazing how many people come down to participate in it and have a great time. And we're really looking forward to it again this year and getting it geared up.
What I want to do, I'm going to put you on the spot. Give us some of your special meals here, some of your favorites here.
Oh, I mean, we have a great lamb shank on the menu right now, but it's so seasonal. I mean, the pastas are terrific too. We have a seafood linguine that is just to die for. And then we've got our features that we run on the weekend, and Heather's just so good at coming up with different things on the weekend, on Friday and Saturday, to run as features. We've just renovated here too. We've done a bit of got a couple new rooms opened up with a new look, and just bringing it up and make it a little more modern.
Well, I can attest to the burger. It's huge. I'm a burger guy. You guys do great.
Yeah.
And great burgers and great Caesar salad. I'm plain Jane, but you guys do a great job. What I want to do, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about your connection to the veterans and a little bit more about downtown Burlington. Sure. Stay tuned. You're watching Today's Show Halton. I'm Jay Stoyan. We're here with the owner of Pepperwood Bistro, Stephen Bell. We'll be right back.
All about inclusion and really giving everyone a fair say.
Welcome to the Today Show. This is our flagship show. I am Unstoppable Tracy.
I am Zach Damon.
It is a pleasure to be here. I am excited. What is up?
We have
a great show today.
Jay Stoyan here for the Disability Channel, the world's only inclusive channel for and by persons with disabilities.
Get ready to be inspired, everyone.
We have people watching from all over the world, but also all over Ontario.
We also take a concerted attention in the veterans community.
In moments of stress and trauma, we can get a hold of ourselves.
To help make a difference for people with disabilities, to show people how to love themselves or their disability.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me, giving this platform for myself and other people with disabilities.
Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this episode of the Disability Channel Detroit. Please tune in next time.
Welcome back to the show. We're here with the owner of Pepperwood Bistro. We're here with Stephen Bell. He tells us all about his great ambiance, the great food, the great service, and the great location. So what we want to do is flip it a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about your connection with the veterans, Stephen.
Well, I guess my connection with the veterans, where I came in a little more personal to me, was a very good friend, a family friend of ours who passed away a couple of years ago, was very, very supportive of the veterans. As a matter of fact, he flew to Afghanistan and fed the troops on Remembrance Day in his early 80s and had a great time doing it. Took all the food over, traveled with the Minister of Defense at the time, Peter MacKay, and they went over and they fed them all. And it was amazing to get over. He called me the night before and said, "You can't tell anybody this, but I'm flying over to Afghanistan tomorrow for a whole bunch of security reasons." And he called me from there and said, "This has just been amazing." He set up the line with all his smoked meat, Montreal smoked meat. Had everybody go through the line, and the one comment he kept getting over and over from the troops was, "This is great mustard." I guess over there they were using powdered mustard, and he had taken fresh mustard, and they just loved it.
That's so
funny.
funny.
It was a funny thing. It was a small thing, but he also raised, I think last time we talked about it, the tally was about $15 million for a fund to help out both the troops and their families. But I mean, it's things like that we have to do. These guys are literally putting their lives on the line for us while we sit here comfortably, and we've got to keep giving back to them and helping them out.
And in Kandahar, that's right in the fire.
Yeah,
That's right there.
Yeah.
That's right. Wow. Thank you for sharing that story.
It was quite the trip.
Thank you for sharing that story. That's great. So again, we're here at Pepperwood Bistro. We're here with the owner, Stephen Bell. Stephen has been kind enough to support our fundraiser on February 11th for veterans at Legion 60. If you want to find out more information or attend, you can go to www.thedisabilitychannel.ca. Now, Stephen, I want to ask you a little bit, get back to the restaurant, and how was it during COVID? How did you guys survive?
COVID was tough, but you know what? We had so much support from the community. I mean, the guys that came in and said, we thank them for buying their takeout, and we'd say to them, "Thanks very much for your support," and they'd say, no, we've been coming here for years, and we want to make sure when we're on the other side of this, that you're still here. So the support from the community was amazing. I mean, from Burlington Downtown Business Association, they were great. The mayor, Mary Ann Mead Ward, the programs they put in place. You've got Lisa Kearns who put a whole bunch of stuff in place. The province, the things they did, and even the federal government was amazing. Everybody stood behind businesses, and we got through to the other side. And now we just have to recoup what we lost over that time. And there's a lot of guys that still are struggling to keep afloat. So.
Well, I commend you on that, because it was tough for everybody. So let's flip it again. I'm going to ask you one nice question. I know you have a wonderful bar, right? You got a great bar. That's what I sit at the bar all the time and have my dinner or drinks. And you have, tons of TV. So let me ask you, who's going to win it? Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
KC's my favorite.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Who knows, right?
Who knows what's going to happen?
Good game.
It's going to be hopefully it's not too lopsided.
I've always been, when it comes to football, look at the quarterback. Who is the better quarterback? Mahomes is the better quarterback. I think Philly has the better team, but it's all about the quarterback.
You never know.
You never know. So before we let you go, Stephen, if people want to find out more information about the restaurant, could they go to your website?
You can go to our website, pepperwood.on.ca is the website. Google Pepperwood, it comes up usually first.
That's great.
Thank God. And we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're all our features are there. And
that's great. Well, really, thanks, Stephen. Thank you for having me in your restaurant today. Thank you for supporting our fundraiser.
No problem at all, and good luck with that. We're really looking forward to hearing how well it did.
I appreciate it. You're watching the Today Show. What we're going to do, we're going to come back, and we're going to come back with real estate agent Carly Hubble. Wow, what a powerhouse lady. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, this is Dave Stevens with the Disability Channel.
An inability to break out. I'm sitting by the door on the second floor, losing my 7-year war. It's not an illusion, so why the exclusion?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's about you. So,
you say you're a disability dynamo.
Joining me and welcome to this beautiful Travelers Championship.
I only want one accolade from you.
So my story is unique, it's amazing, but it's not anything that you guys don't have inside of you. I'm not a hero, I'm not anybody special. I'm just this guy without legs that went out, and I just did it.
Stats outweigh the Democrats, the diplomats, and the bureaucrats.
This is probably your first interview down on the ground on your butt and stuff like
First
that?
time ever,
all
baby.
Right.
Validate.
Stay with us and the Disability Channel.
Welcome back to the show. What an exciting show today. We just had on from the owner of Pepperwood Bistro, Stephen Bell, wonderful guy, supporting the community. He's integral actually in the community and also supporting the veterans. Now we have a wonderful guest. We have real estate agent representative, Carly Hubble. Carly, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you.
This is great. Now, Carly's a double threat. She's also one of the bartenders here at the bar.
That is correct.
So she takes care of us every weekend. Great service, great food, big smile all the time. So we really want to thank you for making us feel super comfortable.
It's truly my pleasure.
Yeah, and Carly also is supporting a fundraiser. As you can see, look at this TV behind us. Wow, TV and gifts beside Carly. Thank you so much, courtesy of Carly Hubble and Royal LePage and Pepperwood Bistro and everything. So let's get into, because I'm very interested, because I just moved my parents and I was told by, now you can maybe verify this, I was told by a Toronto real estate agent that the square foot today in Toronto is going for $1,400 and change.
That is about correct.
Is that
Yep.
about correct?
Yep, you're about correct on that.
That is live TV. That is crazy. 1,400. Really?
Yes.
So what would it be out here in Burlington if comparable? Like I heard it was 1,450.
Burlington, so we're actually seeing an increase in Burlington too, right? And then you have Oakville. Oakville and Burlington are now about the same, you know? If you look back 3-4 years ago pre-COVID, Oakville alone was always a bit more expensive than Burlington. Now they've kind of balanced out. I would honestly say you're probably around 1,200 here.
Yeah.
It's honestly not that big of a difference.
1,200, eh?
But see, you have inflation, the rise of inflation, right? And what does inflation do? It affects the market, it affects materials, it affects the housing, it affects food, it affects everything. So you're going to see a rise in that right now. We're still recovering from the last 2 years, correct?
Yeah.
So, of course, it's
'Cause-
very expensive.
Yeah, because I just moved my parents into a really nice condo here in Burlington. They were having problems at their house. And when we were checking, I think the square feet is like 1,450. And I was going, well, 1,450, if the square foot is 1,450, then my parents' condo is $2 million. My parents' condo is not worth $2 million. It's nice. But it's crazy. And in getting back to Oakville, like Oakville was always regarded as number one for a long time. But Burlington has caught it.
Burlington's caught it. Burlington's caught it.
Tell our viewers about Burlington.
All right, Burlington. So the reason why we love Burlington, so first of all, the expansion is that's happening in Burlington constantly. Businesses, new buildings, real estate, location, location, location is what we always said. And Burlington is probably the most perfect location for family-oriented. You got your downtown lake, right?
Yep.
We're here right now at Pepper Bistro, Brent Street and Lakeshore. You've got downtown. You've got all the restaurants. You've got all the shops. You've got the parks. It's very family-oriented, and it's continuing to grow every single day. And it's actually rated one of the most safest cities to live in.
How affordable is it now, though?
Burlington has definitely become more expensive.
Yeah.
But when it comes to affordability, it's geared to everyone's personal situation, correct? So it's about going to that direct source that knows what they're talking about, that knows the facts, that is an expert in their field, and figure out what is the best answer for me and my personal situation. Versus me and you right here, we're not going to have the same situation, correct? So it's all about just getting those right answers.
So tell us now, I have so many questions to ask you because when I was in my early 20s, okay, and I was newly married, I purchased my first home out in Mississauga in Streetsville. I grew up in East End. East End was too expensive. I used to do some business in the West End, so I purchased my first home. It was 1,778 square feet. I still remember. It was a garage and a half. It was brand new. I loaded it up, and you'll never guess what I paid. Now, this was 1992.
Can I take a guess?
Take a guess. 1992.
1992.
Brand new home.
I'm going to say you paid $80,000.
No, that's low. I paid $189. 189, and I loaded it up with marble, hardwood, everything they offered. I pretty much got it.
Right.
And I was 27, right, newly married. But my whole point is, those days are gone. Like I could afford on my job to buy a house at 190. Those days. So what do people do nowadays, Carly? Young people.
So young people, and this is the golden question, right? How do I prepare for a down payment? How am I going to be able to buy my home, my first home? And I think it's going back to everyone's situation is different. I think it's also going back to prioritizing certain things in life. You have to look at what you actually spend your money on. Are you investing your money properly to prepare for that down payment? You have to ask yourself these questions, right, in order to prepare. And yes, it's tough times right now, right? So the market, you know, it's not in the healthiest shape it's been, but you know, with the media, you gotta have that person you're able to call and say, hey, I saw this come out today. I have a question. What is the answer to this? You have to have a realtor to call, or a mortgage agent, a lender, somebody that you can call, and you gotta see the numbers to paper. Once you see the numbers to paper, everybody's situation is different. But yes, it is tough times. It's hard to stay positive sometimes. We totally understand. But it's about having those conversations. It's about putting the numbers to paper and really just trying to keep a positive headspace.
Because I remember when I was buying my house and I sat down with my dad, right? Because obviously you sit with your parents, right? You do your thing. And it worked out that every $100,000 of a mortgage I had to take was $1,000 payment. I don't think that's still the same scenario anymore.
No.
No. What do you pay now on $100,000? What would you pay?
You would pay now on $100,000. I would say approximately. You're probably around $4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who can afford that?
You're at least double.
Who can afford that?
At least double.
Right? You can't afford like it's crazy times, but this is great. When we come back, I want to talk about the houses on the lakeshore.
Absolutely.
Which is the gem of Canada.
It is.
Like I tell you, myself, me and my girlfriend, we take sometimes my mother-in-law because she lives with us now and she's newly to Canada, back in Canada. So we drive along the lakeshore, especially at Christmas time. The houses are like insane. Especially down by the golf course. You ever going the other way? Go west. So when we come back, and then I want to do a real estate scenario with you. So I'm going to pretend I'm a buyer. Blah, 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 right?
Sounds good.
We're here with Carly Hubble. She's a real estate sales representative for Royal LePage. Wonderful lady. Check her out. At the end of the interview, she's going to give all your information so you can come and buy homes off her. So stay tuned. You're watching a special presentation of today's show. We'll be right back.
Unstoppable Tracy with the Disability Channel, inviting you to subscribe and watch live on Roku TV, on YouTube, on Restream, and also listen in Wisconsin Radio, Dave Stevens, all around the world. And on top of all of this, really proud to announce that we now also have a mobile app. So you can download for free, watch Roku TV for free, and the mobile app is free too from Google Drive. Be sure to download it and have it at your fingertips at all times. There's a job platform, and there's a live chat feature, and there's the TV feature with Roku TV, and there's also the social media channels. Take care, folks. Bye for now.
Welcome back to today's show. I'm Jay Stoyan. We're here with sales representative Carly Hubble from Royal LePage. We're going through all the scenarios of the economy, match with the housing, the locations, fundraising support, which Carly donated the TV like crazy. Look at that. That's for our fundraiser on February 11th out here at the Legion, Royal Canadian Legion, Branch 60. Go to www.thedisabilitychannel.ca, or you can go to the Branch 60 Legion website. Tickets are still available. You can get them at the door. Lots of door prizes, silent auction, and we have Freedom Train, the best band in Canada, playing. So let's get back to the scenario of me being a new homeowner wannabe.
All right.
Right? Tell us now, because I remember when I bought my house, I had $50,000 down. I put $50,000 down, and I paid off my house in a matter of, I think, 3 or 4 years, only because of my job. I could do it, right?
Right.
Today you can't do that. So what do you need, like in order to get into the housing market, what do you need for a down payment?
Down payment. So this all varies. So the first question a realtor should ever ask you is, have you been pre-approved?
Oh, okay.
Pre-approval is everything. That is going to determine what your budget is. That is going to determine the down payment you need. That is going to determine what types of homes and what locations you can be looking at. That pre-approval is the most crucial part of the process. Because let's say you think, this happens quite a bit. I think I can afford $1 million, right? You go get pre-approved, you can afford $800,000. So it's not fair for me to go show you $1 million homes. We go to do the process, you can no longer afford that home. Pre-approval is going to determine exactly what the situation is that we're looking at.
Saves you time too, right?
No way.
Saves everybody time. Saves everybody time.
It's for the
Everybody.
client's benefit. It puts everything into a state of mind. Puts everything into perspective for our client.
That's a great tip, because I never thought about that.
Pre-approval, all the way. You must get pre-approved, and that's going to determine
Your down payment.
your down payment, exactly what you need to prepare for your home.
And what's hot today? What's hot in the market? What are people looking for? Like what's bachelors, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, condos, homes?
I think with the state of the world right now and where things have gone in the past few years, we have seen condos. Condos are definitely a hot seller for sure, or a hot purchase.
Yeah.
And it gets turned into Airbnbs. Now, not everyone is allowed to do that depending on the condo board.
Okay.
But Airbnb investment properties, we're seeing a high increase in investment properties as well.
And houses have come down, or are they?
Housing prices have come down, which we are happy about, starting to stabilize. Yes, the rates have gone up a bit.
What are the rates?
The rates. So right now, they will want to pre-approve you from anywhere from 5.5 to 7.2%.
This is great. Wow.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing this, Carly?
So I've been doing this just over a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I'm with Royal LePage Burlington, which is located just on the lakeshore here as well. And the training program there is absolutely fantastic. I think it's very important for anybody joining a brokerage or getting into real estate.
What inspired you to become a real estate or sales rep?
So I would say my background. So before real estate, since the age of 18, I've been in the investment field myself.
Wow.
Day trading. I sold life insurance at one point. So I think that just kind of, how can I make even a bigger difference? How can I'm a people person. So I think I looked at real estate and I was like, this is just such a great opportunity, and I just took it.
You're business oriented, eh?
I am.
Well, and you're also very personable, because as our bartender, right? We met and we have laughs and we come and see her, and she's always smiling and friendly. in your conversation, like it's very important to have a good conversation.
Absolutely.
Especially the bartender, right?
Yep.
You want to talk to your, people you're serving drinks to. So this is great. So if people want to find out more information, Carly, where can they go?
Absolutely. So if you want to find out any form of information about me, you can go to my Instagram, Carly Hubble Realty, and I'm very active on there. So any tips, tools, anything you want to ask me a question, feel free to reach out.
Or come into Pepperwood.
Or come into Pepperwood on the weekend.
There you go. That's great. Thank you so much, Carly.
I appreciate it huge. Thank you.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we have a special guest. We have Carl Jennings. He's going to be on the show from Freedom Train. We're going to talk all about music. These guys are the hottest band in Ontario. They play, well, they probably could play 7 days a week if they wanted to. So crazy. Stay tuned. You're watching the Today Show Halton. I'm Jay Stoyan. We'll be right back.
Hi there, Wendell Clark. You're watching the Disability Channel, showcasing their abilities. All the best.
Welcome back to the show. Now, this is exciting. We have on the set today Carl Jennings from Freedom Train. Carl, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks, Jay.
This is great. Now, Carl is just a wealth of talent. He's such a community pillar. Like, you are just amazing for the community, Carl. You're
Thanks,
all
man.
over the place.
Well, we're lucky to be able to be a part of some great community events, like the one happening this Saturday.
That's right, February 11th. Now, Carl is the feature. Freedom Train is going to be the band for the evening. This is going to be exciting.
Thanks for having us. We've done a few events for you in the past, and it's a great cause, everyone. Money goes towards veterans and
for the employment programs, opportunities. Just really about what it is about transitioning from the battlefield to the workforce. So we're trying to promote awareness, bring more memberships to the Legion, and actually let people know what the Legion actually has to offer.
Yeah.
They have a great list of things that they offer, from just friendship, from funding, from support, to the gamemanship they have. They have like dart leagues and pool leagues, card leagues.
Cheap beer if you want to go out on a night.
I got to tell you.
Cheaper beer.
Cheap beer. Okay, so I was there for the Frank Sinatra tribute band, and I went up to the snack bar, bought 2 beers, and she said $9.50. And I went,
2 beers. Yeah.
What? I got 50 cents back from it.
If you want a night out, consider going to the Legion Hall.
Just come for the drinks.
That's right.
So let's talk a little bit about your band, Carl. So give our viewers the lowdown.
Well, I'm in Freedom Train, and we play mostly throughout Southern Ontario, but we've played all across Canada. We do some shows in the States. We do our favorite songs. We play lots of classic rock. We play just great music, and we play it in our style. There's just 3 of us. The drummer's my brother Tim.
Yeah.
We've got Matt Tennyson on guitar, and I'm the bass player, and I am the singer.
But you play all different genres.
We play different genres, and we just like to make the event special and fun for everyone. And we read the crowd, the demographics of the crowd, and we go for what we think is going to work for the night and make it fun. And we've been together for years.
Yeah,
the drummer's my brother, so we've been playing together since we were teenagers, full time. And Matt's been with us since the whole COVID fiasco.
Yeah.
Big Ed, our other guitar player, he retired and lives in Italy now. And
that is crazy.
Yeah, that is cool.
That is crazy.
But
Big Ed.
we're blessed to carry on with Matt Tennyson, and we do this full time, and we're playing 2-3 nights a week, and throughout 2022 after COVID finally ended, we were really busy the last year, and this year we're on track to be just as busy.
That's great. Well, I really like how you guys like the seamless transition from Big Ed to Matt was seamless.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Well, we have to rehearse, but yeah, we're lucky that we found a guy that he loves all the same music that my brother and I love.
Tell us the list. Like, how many songs is on your?
Oh, you know what? Over the years we've done thousands, but as we ebb and flow over the years. So at any given time, right now, we're pulling from a list of like 500. But if there's someone wanted a strange song, and we happen to have played it years ago, there's a chance that we could probably just give it a shot and try.
Insane. Thousands and thousands of songs these guys know in every genre, and obviously, probably my favorite genre is rock and roll.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody sings Zeppelin like you. Like, I've been to tribute Zeppelin bands.
Thanks, man.
And they don't sing it like you.
Well,
they don't
love
sing
singing like I love Robert Plant's voice, so I try.
Besides like rock and roll, besides Zeppelin, because that's just like the kicker for me, right? But besides that, I love your Motown.
I love that stuff.
I love your Motown. My favorite song that you sing is "I Wouldn't Want to Be Like You." Alan Parsons.
Right, yeah.
That is my favorite song, buddy, and I cannot believe you do that song.
We haven't done that in a long time, but yeah, we should.
You did that Rocket Dogs.
Yes.
And I was blown away because I love Alan Parsons. Like, I love games people play, or what, I can't remember. I love their music, but when you played that song, it was crazy. Is there a genre that you love best, or even a song that you really like to play?
No. The band rule is we only play songs we like. So if we play a song and my brother, the drummer's like, you know what, it's not my favorite song, I'm not motivated to play it, then we'll end up dropping it. Same goes for Matt and myself. But when we pick a song and all three of us like it, and when we play it, and if it clicks and has a vibe, I like playing every song we play. I really do, and for different reasons. From rocking out on a rock song to a ballad, I enjoy all of that.
I like what you told me one day, because I'm a huge fan, right? And I love all types of genres of music. So sometimes in between sets, I'll go to Carl and we'll talk a little bit. And I say, hey Carl, I've never heard you play this band. And you came up with a real good reason. You said, because we it's not our thing. Like, we don't gel with it a little bit.
Right, we are just a three-piece.
Yeah.
I love the Eagles. But if we try an Eagles song, or we missing that second guitar part or the certain backup vocal sound that they have. And my band doesn't run tracks. Some bands they play along to pre-recorded tracks to augment the sound.
Yeah.
Even a band in a club nowadays, it's not unusual for a band technology they could do that. But we don't do that. We're kind of, let's not do that. So because we're just the three-piece, we're really just playing our instruments. If we try a song by a band like the Eagles,
you'd be missing it.
We're missing too many important things that just aren't true to the essence of the song, and then we won't do it. But we'll surprise ourselves, and we might do a song that's like a Motown song where we don't have the horns and we don't have the backup doo-wop singers, and we'll try it, and for some reason the essence might work, and we'll go, man, this sounds pretty cool. So we'll go with it, even though we don't have the horn section and everything like that. But so it's tough to say why something works and why something doesn't.
Well, it's such a joy watching you guys.
Thanks, man.
Why don't we take a break, and when I want to come back, I want to sort of bridge the gap between you guys and how you support veterans.
Sure.
Okay? So stay tuned. You're watching the Today Show Home. We're here with the lead singer from Freedom Train, Carl Jenkins. Stay tuned. You'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. Bonjour, bonjour. As Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, I'm delighted to offer my best wishes for success to the many friends and staff of the Disability Channel for your October 12th fundraiser in support of employment programs for persons with disabilities and veterans. Removing barriers wherever they exist, creating accessible spaces, and promoting greater equity are all central to this province's efforts to rebuild from the COVID-19 pandemic. So help us to ensure a more inclusive and resilient future, one that works for everybody. Please accept my thanks and encouragement. Keep up your inspiring and dedicated work. Thank you. Merci, miigwech.
Welcome back to the show. Now, off camera, we were talking a little bit about our connection with the veterans and the legions and the fundraiser. Again, Freedom Train is our feature band. They're going to be performing this Saturday night, February 11th, at Branch 60 here in Branch Street in Burlington. Tickets are still available. You can get them at the door. You can go to our website, www.thedisabilitychannel.ca. And I know Carl has a soft spot in his heart for legions, like we all do. Just give me your perspective on what's going on today, and I know you played at a Legion a couple months back.
Well, Legion halls they're like a staple in our society for years. There was a place that you know that your parents would go to, and it's a shame that as the older generation is moving on, it's sad to say that some legions are having troubles hanging on, and they do a lot of good work for the community, and they do help veterans. And there's veterans who are not that old. People don't think about that, but there's 50-year-old veterans, there's 60-year-old veterans that fought in Afghanistan, and like all kinds of
You just nailed it, Carl, that they need support.
So
right?
it's good to think about legions, and don't write them off. They're there. Go to a legion and have a pint.
Now, Carl is a triple threat, because not only are you the lead singer, right? You're the bass player, but you also teach music. Can you tell us a little bit about your studio?
I thought you were going to say I was a hell of a dancer.
Well, you could be.
I'm not a dancer, but the triple threat, I was thinking, oh my God, I can't dance. What are you saying? I'm blessed to have a studio, and I work with up-and-coming talent, and I help shape their songs, and I produce records for people. I've worked with some wonderful people over the years, so many.
How is that sitting on the other side of the instrument?
Oh, I love it.
You love it?
We chat about the song, and it's great meeting these new musicians, and so getting to work with some musicians I've always wanted to work with who come to the studio, and I get to watch them play.
Can you share a couple who you've helped out with this?
Well, recently, Dave Ray from Teenage Head, his solo record, and he's such a ball of energy and a joy to work with.
Dave's a great guy.
A great Canadian band, Red Hill Valleys, who've got some records out. I've been fortunate to be a part of their team since the beginning, and they're doing really well. The Red Hill Valleys, they're called.
That's great.
Acts like the Foreign Films, lots of great new talent. Yeah, and I love it.
So important that you're giving back, right? Because you've been in the industry for a while now, and you're very successful. Like one of the most successful band I know. Like next to, foreigners. You know what I mean? Like
we're not household name big, but we're lucky that we're able to actually make a living playing all types of shows, from music festivals to events like your event, private birthday parties, functions. We've played weddings, corporate things. So the fact that we're able to do a variety of types of events and be able to actually do this as our job, the three of us are very blessed and fortunate.
Well, you deserve it. You're very talented.
Thanks, man.
What I want to do is I want to tie in the end of the interview with a special story. We're here at Pepperwood Bistro, and I don't know if Pepperwood Bistro, the viewers know or the patrons know, but Nickelbrook plays a big part here. They give their microbrewery here to Pepperwoods. And Carl just played for John, who's a wonderful guy in Nickelbrook. We were at their event. Tell us a little bit about your relationship with John.
Well, I first met John through my dad.
Wow.
My dad made homemade beer and homemade wine through John's business of Better Bitters years ago. And I would go when I was younger and help bottle it. And then John ended up seeing Freedom Train years ago. It was like, hey, you guys should do this party for me. And then next thing you know, he's been quite an ally for my group. A lot of this business is word of mouth.
Yeah.
So we've been fortunate that if he has a liquor tent or if he's affiliated with an event, we're blessed that we're on his list of acts that he's recommended before. And so thank you, John. So he's got us a lot of cool gigs over the years.
Yeah, he's a super guy, and I love his establishment on Mainway, right? It's great,
and you got
great
that new
brewery.
establishment, yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. So I just wanted to tie in because it's all about community, right?
Yeah.
And the guys here at Pepperwood, Stephen Bell's been wonderful to have
This
us
is a great
in here.
restaurant, Pepperwood.
Yeah, so Carl, before I let you go, if people want to book you or find out more information about the band, where can they go?
Thanks, Jake. Freedom Train, we're called. So freedomtrain.ca or Facebook type Freedom Train. You can find us, messages, and if you want any more information, just give me a shout.
That's great, Carl. Again, I want to thank all of our guests today, Carl Jennings from Freedom Train. I want to thank Carly Hubble from the Royal LePage. I want to thank the owner of Pepperwood Bistro, Stephen Bell, for having us here today. Wonderful establishment. I come here all the time. It's my local place to come and grab a bite or a beer. Again, if you want to find out more information about our fundraiser this Saturday night, February 11th, please go to www.thedisabilitychannel.ca. Again, you're watching today's show, Hulk. I'm Jay Stoyan. We'll see you next time.